city, be on time, do you... What?
Benji, pizza.
All right, get in the car. Put it in the back, though.
Okay,
Don't mess up
my coffee. I'm sorry, man.
Don't mess
Do you
up
need a
the
coffee or
upholstery.
anything?
No, I'm good. I'm
Okay.
good. Put it right next to NIROPE. They're gonna love it.
What's up, guys? How you doing, man?
Welcome into Carpooling with Ben, ladies and gentlemen. It's a simple concept, but it's the simple concepts that always work out the best. Chefs feeding kids.
Done.
Chefs make food.
That's right.
You're a chef.
That's it.
Kids eat food.
That's it.
And when they're hungry, the chefs feed kids.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the founder, proprietor, multi-country, international award-winning pizza man himself, and all around just great guy. And
You missed a bunch of things, but that's okay. I appreciate that.
The episode's only 10 minutes.
I know, that is true. That is true.
Plus, that pizza's got to be consumed.
I know,
at some
dude.
point,
It smells good, right?
Billy Manzo,
What's up,
chef,
Benji?
Sir,
How you doing,
good to
pal?
have you.
Nice
as
seeing
always.
you. Absolutely.
You, just to give people a brief idea, you've got a great location now up on Chalkstone Boulevard.
Yeah, in Providence.
And you got a location in Warren. Warren was first. Providence was following second. The second location.
That's right.
Up. Talk to me about the new location. Just what you do.
You know,
in
I
general.
kind of, as you know, Ben, I kind of put my mouth where my money was, and I grew up in the area, and I thought it would be really cool to give inner city kids and people within the area the ability of understanding what real Neapolitan pizza was about.
Sure.
I could have went to, as you know, Dublin, Ireland, Scotland, UK.
Sure.
I could have went anywhere in the world and partnered up with somebody and opened up a federal pizza company. And I decided, you know what? The area that I grew up probably needed it the most. Was it a great financial investment at the beginning? No, but it's really catching on quickly as we speak.
That's great.
There are an enormous amount of programs we do with chefs feeding kids at the retail location.
Sure.
Within the last year, we've fed, almost 2 years now, we've fed almost 4,000 kids within the Providence school system with summer pizza camps and understanding that things as simple, dude, as a tomato is a fruit and not a vegetable. Yeah. I always repeat, a lot of people have heard me, say that, but all these different simple, like you said, really simple things that inner city kids, I grew up in the inner city. Yeah. I grew up there at Mount Pleasant High School.
Well, you're also, aside from giving them a nutritious meal, you're teaching them about nutrition and how to understand that. With every story we hear in the news about obesity and
it's ridiculous, dude.
Healthcare and just it all plays into part. So you really are putting your money where your mouth is, or your mouth where your money is, depending on how you want to look at it.
And what better people to educate young people about food than somebody who's educated and understands it, which is a chef. Yeah. So what I do is I get people involved right now in Providence. To give you some names: Gracie's, thank you, Ben Lloyd, Salted Slate, etc. There's a bunch of them. And we're getting more feedback from, again, the UK, Dublin, Scotland, California, etc., etc. And chefs want to get on board because they see a value. Yeah. And as most people watching this understand, that when you own a restaurant or you're in any type of business, your first priority is your brand. Sure. It's your brand. Yep. So if I can tap into chefs and different people within the culinary industry and say, listen, I'll promote your brand on Food Buzz, which is a blog that I piggyback. Right. Give that chef or that owner of the restaurant the PR and marketing tool to show people within their community what they're doing. So there's a woman in New Hampshire, and she does a ton of stuff with intramural baseball and football, all the local Pop Warner teams. Sure. And she came to us at a major trade show, and she said to us, there's a lot, I do these things, but I'm not good at marketing what I do. Sure. And, I'm not trying to be selfish, but I want to tell people in my community what we do. I said, leave it up to us. Yeah. You tell us what you're doing for your community. Send us all that information, that content. Yeah. And then we'll send it out on Food Buzz. That's great. And you are doing great things for your community, and people should know what restaurant owners are doing. Yeah. And manufacturers. Yeah. So. Well, we've talked about this many a times. We've worked on a lot of different projects together. Do what you do best. Stay in your lane, man. And outsource the rest. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane. What you do as far as the cooking, obviously. How many
you've done like pizza championships and stuff.
Yeah,
and you've done like some crazy things, like wake up at 3 a.m. and like stop prepping the bread in your hotel room because of the dough and stuff.
You remember that?
Oh, it's
yeah. I was
me.
in. I mean, we can go on and on, but I'm very humbled to be one of 2 master pizzaioli certified out of Italy in the country, in America. My product is ranked very, very high, probably top, very, very high, top ranked pizza in the world. I'm pretty. It's you know me. I don't like talking about that end of it.
No, I know.
It's a
that's
little
why
uncomfortable,
that's why I like
thank you. I appreciate you putting me in the car. And,
it's what I do. The hot seat,
right.
baby.
But
I put the seat heater on just to
thank you. It feels good and cozy. So,
as if the heat wasn't enough in the kitchen.
So
people ask why you wear shorts all the time. I'm
I know. I wear them all the time.
It's like 1,000 degrees in there.
No, dude, I wear my shorts all the time.
It looks good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, I travel all over the world. I do consulting. Pizza took me all over the world.
Sure.
Craziest thing, you know.
And it's a delicious product you have
Thank
there.
you.
I mean, you described it one time. You said, I said, okay, you and I were just having a straight conversation. This is what's different between what you're doing and other people. And you're very complimentary of other independent, small mom and pop shops.
Sure.
But you said when it comes to you guys versus the national chains, the big ones, yours is not drunk pie. Yours is incredibly thoughtful, excellent ingredients. It's it's the difference between building something out of pallets or going to Cardi's and getting something that's designed and built properly.
I try to tell people, and they laugh when I say this. If you go, let's say on Friday night, you say, "Hun, kids, whatever, let's go for a steak." I'm dying for a steak. Mm-hmm. You don't say to yourself, "You know what? Burger King, they sell steak."
It's just in a different form.
Yeah. So when I feel as if I want to have a good product, why should pizza be any different?
Sure.
It doesn't make any sense to me why somebody goes, "You know what? I want a pizza," but that has a problem with the way society thinks of the product of pizza.
Yeah.
They think of it as a filler food. I don't think of it as that. Not because I'm just in the industry. I don't think of it as that. I think of it as a product that you buy to enjoy. Even if it's 2 in the morning, why do you have to have something full of, not as good as you would want?
Yeah.
Like,
sure.
So we use great cheese, as you know. We use very expensive flour. Product comes out great. I have 2 Italian brick ovens in Providence.
Yeah, the temperature, you were telling me the temperature of the oven is one of the main key elements.
I call, when we do pizza the way I do it, it's basically a waltz. Okay. So the 2 dancers aren't stepping on each other's feet. Sure. Everybody works together. And from the hydration to the flours to the combinations we use. I'm probably one of the first Americans in the country to mix different flours to combine my own flavor profile.
Okay.
A lot of people still to this day, which is fine, they rip a bag of flour, throw it in the mixer, add the water, call it a day.
Sure.
I don't do that. I feel as if I wanted to be in the industry, I wanted to create my own flavor profile.
Sure.
And that's what I've done, and that's why it's so difficult, if not impossible, to duplicate. So it's kind of cool. And you're in my old hood right now, which is really cool.
Well, I try to.
Why not?
Try to bring you back home, bring it home.
Come by the house where I broke the window when I was like 10, and the woman, Miss McGuffley, still hates my guts probably.
Well,
hi, nice seeing you.
Good to see you.
Window looks great.
It's a lovely replacement you got there.
Absolutely.
So, Chefs Feeding Kids, you got a wonderful event coming up pretty soon. 21st.
Yeah, the next one's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, at Providence College. Shelley Peterson obviously directs most of what we do at Chefs Feeding Kids now.
Sure.
She, her programs and the way she runs it is just, the programs are just unbelievable.
Sure.
I mean, the last one we did a combination of almost 500 students on the south side. It was absolutely dynamite. We've got Galbani cheese involved. We've got different private schools in the city that are donating foods and doing some really cool stuff and getting involved with what we do and teaching kids about proper eating. And a lot of these kids, Benji, they're home alone.
Yeah.
So their parents are working, their parents are trying to make it.
Sure.
The kids at home alone. So we teach them how to open up a can of tuna fish, safe.
Yep.
We teach them how to get something, and maybe if they have a microwave at home, how to use, do something healthy, simple, really simple.
Yeah, use what they have.
Use what they have.
Yeah.
So it's been a wild ride, and the things that you hear, I don't think I'll ever say, oh wow, everything I hear, little things are so surprising to me.
Right.
It's really humbling beyond.
Yeah.
Humbling, just totally humbling.
It's impressive. And folks, if you want to learn more about Chefs Feeding Kids or Billy Manzo and all his endeavors, you go right into the description here, find the links right in the show notes, or the best thing you could do is take a ride to either Warren or Providence, find Federal Hill Pizza, go extremely hungry, and
please
have a phenomenal time. And you guys even do some fun events over at your shop up there. You do them in
we
Warren
do music
as well.
in Warren.
Yep.
And then in Providence, we're doing a ton of things. I mean, we've got an 11,000 square foot building in Providence.
Well, what was the old location that you took over there?
I ended up buying the old movie theater I went to when I was a little kid. Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome. It still has a sound system in there.
Still sound system,
yeah,
and we're working it. And hey, man, it was the first movie I ever went to. I rode my bike, me and my friends from Mount Pleasant High School, down the street. We threw our bikes in the front of the place, and I think I was 12. I went to the movie the first time by myself to see Rocky 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It was cool.
Life-changing.
Crazy.
Well, Chef, as always, great to see you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's a pleasure. Think this guy. Watch this guy. He's got good stuff, man.
I try. I do what I can, but it's always great to have you as a friend.
Thanks for the invite.
Around, and great stuff. Looking forward to it. Folks, go follow Billy Manzo, Chefs Feeding Kids, Federal Hill Pizza Company. You're going to enjoy it, and if you eat it...
Watch where you're driving. You're going to get us
where I'm driving.
What are you doing? You're talking all the time. My God.